called our wet meadow, so it floods during the rainy season, and then it evaporates, and over many, many years, it leaves behind that kind of whitish crust. It's salt, so it's what we call like an alkaline meadow. All right. In other parts of out in the valley, we have these meadows, and sometimes there are even little brine shrimp that produce cysts, like egg cysts, and they can survive the dry season. So let's see. So this is all this stuff called duckweed floating on top. We also have some mosquito fern, and eventually it'll die off and sink down. I'm just in a clear spot. Yeah, there we go. It's like sweeping.
Yes.
It's really scraping the bottom, especially around the bases of these grass-like plants. That's where a lot of animals, including insect larvae, will start out. So some of these insects, they start out in the water, then when they develop, they move into the air. Dragonflies, damselflies.
So are you going to feed only this area, or you are going to
Today, just right here. How's it going?
as far as
Motion. Yeah, not the best day. Sometimes we get little fish. I'll try it one more time.
is this fresh water or
This is fresh water, yeah. This is an inlet of the San Joaquin River. Although sometimes if there's a lot of water being diverted for the agriculture, if it's a really dry year, you might get a little saltwater intrusion. But it's this is pretty much fresh. When you go a little bit towards the towards where you're from, just north of there, Concord, Pittsburgh, that's the mixing zone. So the Sassoon Bay, north of Concord and Pittsburgh, that's what we call brackish water. So there's a mix of species that are more common in freshwater and species that are more common in salty water. So that's where you might find some sharks. All right. Not the best day today. I'm not seeing a whole lot. Well,
how deep is it here?
how deep? Just a couple feet. In the middle, it's pretty shallow. Probably no more than 5 feet deep, 6 feet deep. This is what we call a slough. It's a shallow, slow-moving inlet, and you can follow its pathway. It goes all the way over towards the kayak launch. So it is tidal. You can see that on those cattails, some of it's stained with the duckweed. So yeah, the tide comes in, it comes out. It's all influenced by what's going on over at Golden Gate. So it pushes the water. So the ocean water pushes through Golden Gate, then it pushes the bay water. The bay water pushes the water in the delta. So yeah, we're influenced by that same tidal cycle. Even though the water's fresh.
We are at the junction of Big Break and San Joaquin River. It is fresh water, yes, and we are going to walk close to the river, see how it looks like. Perhaps we see some interesting animals. Let's see. The river runs dry. Picture a river running through a desert. Now picture a desert running through the river. The river once flowed uninterrupted from high mountains through the arid valley bearing its name to the delta. Floods enriched valley soils and replenished groundwater that in turn fed the river through the dry summer. The southernmost salmon run in North America thrived here. So this is it. Here is the Fryen Dam. Although downstream tributaries, canals, and runoff from fields and cities restart the river on its way to the delta, 60 miles of the San Joaquin River became a desert within its banks. Thus the salmon run ended. Crossroads. The delta is a great junction where water, wildlife, land, and people meet and mix. Here lies the heart of California's water system. Half of our fresh water runs through this watershed, which covers 40% of the state. Much of that water is pumped to millions of acres of farmland. Cities, businesses, and 25 million people get their water from the delta. The rest flows on to the bay and ocean. During the Great Depression, the state of California convinced the federal government to build parts of its 1930 state water plan as the Central Valley Project. In 1960, California voters narrowly approved construction of elements of the 1957 California Water Plan, today's state water project. Irrigation and flood control, hydroelectric power, drinking water, and let's see. I don't know whether city of Tracy, Manhattan, Duckweed. Here is the city of Duckweed. Sacramento. Here we are.
Can you explain to the camera what we're looking at?
We are looking at the wind turbine across the river, and they generate electricity for the entire area. And you can see ships sailing past, going upriver. It must be a very wide river. Maybe we can walk closer to the water and get a better idea. Sometimes the water level rises so high that this goes under the water, as you can see here in this picture. You see the river has come up, the level of water has come up, and has gone and the water, the pier has gone.
This pier.
Here we may see otters. Look, this is the wildlife here. Beaver, muskrat, heron, Chinook salmon, river otter. Antioch and driving towards Sacramento. We are on a ridge